What is it that humanity is suffering from the most? Well, throughout thousands of years, humanity has been kept in dark times, in ignorance, and when you have a look at each of the generations, the parents kind of little did they know about how to make it a better society for their future generations. It's usually been a race who puts the most blame and the most punishment and the most abandonment and all their problems on the shoulders of their children, right? When you have a look at this, you end up with a lot of miserable men and women. Miserable women will always be a problem because the hand that rocks the cradle decides the future of the country. Women who don't know how to raise their children, and also women who feel abandoned, they don't feel accepted by society, they don't feel revered by society. Well, feminine energy will stop elevating the masculine energy because masculine energy is tribal. Even at its lowest, it will build and destroy, it will conquer, it will do its part. But feminine energy, when it reaches a certain level of misery, it will start doing the same thing that it does, except in reverse. See, men conquer, but women accept, women invite. But if women are miserable, they will invite you in their misery. And this will lead to a generation of deviants, a generation of weak men and weak women. And as this thing goes, it becomes more and more misery oriented because misery loves company. And nowadays, 100 years, let's say up till today, technology has been making everyone's lives easier and quite better. But technology hasn't cured people of their misery, of their issues, and they still feel their ancestors' misery and unworthiness of everything that is around. Nowadays, you have so many more things compared to the older times, but it's useless in a way because people still feel abandoned and feel unworthy of all those things. The bigger problem is people haven't been taught to be introspective much, to be looking within and find answers and find peace with everything that's pissing you off. Nowadays, technology is making everything so much simpler because, especially for women, women have the easiest lives that any generation of women had up till today. Because all the household chores were made sure by different inventors, typically men, that their comfort is ensured, right? Women seek comfort, men seek adventure, right? And the problem is when you give women too much comfort, and with technology today making sure that all the household activities or anything that a woman would typically have to do is done so much faster, the problem with such people is that they end up having so much time, so much spare time. And when you feel miserable and you have a lot of spare time, you have so much more time to invest into your own misery. And well, people nowadays, especially due to wounded feminine, they tend to spend way too much energy into drama. The more you feed something, the harder it becomes in time to pull out of it. So, with this being said, one may easily say that people aren't necessarily suffering their own traumas, they're suffering the traumas of their ancestors, but at the same time, they are suffering their freedom because no one has been taught how to use their time productively. You go through 12 years of school, they don't teach you anything like that. They just teach you some irrelevant things. Some of them may prove useful, but when's the last time you actually made use of your literature to survive in society? Maybe it can help you here and there, but when's the last time you made use of trigonometry or your geography knowledge or the such? Sure, each of these is good to have at least a bit of wisdom on, but ultimately they're not making you more adapted to the economy, to the flow of situations. So I could easily say humanity is suffering their freedom because there is too much spare time and people don't know what to do. When they keep ignorant and they forget the masculine aspect of taking responsibility. Well, society is gonna go to the drain sooner or later. This being said, hopefully this video raised a bit of awareness. You're appreciated. Take care. Ferenc on board signing out.